What is up, YouTube world? I'm Ashley D. Before I get started, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Also, feel free to share this video as well. Everything I state is allegedly not a guaranteed fact, my own personal opinion and observation. So before I get started, I would like to shout out Tarika Roy, Jeannie Irvin, as well as Eleanor Burks. I think the note you had attached to it, Eleanor, was even the most sweetest. For one, you told me to make sure my son got some snacks over the weekend. And that he did. And he wanted me to let you know he greatly appreciated that for you even thinking about him. As well as the others who sent me unexpected cash apps. Thanks, girls. Not to mention everyone in the comment section who's very positive and uplifting. This story can be emotionally draining. But we all promise to keep you guys informed when things unfold. And things begin to unfold daily, transpire on and off, and some stuff you want to report, some stuff you don't. But we all need to take a look and analyze the mind frame of Miss Lieonya. Okay? Some people said she reminded them of Betty Broderick. However, that would have been the case. However, Betty put her husband through law school. He graduated from there to go on to med school, where he became a doctor. He convinced her to get surgery. She did all these things to try to accommodate him and please him, because she knew that he was a successful man, and not to mention he probably wanted someone that looked good on his arm. And instead of him being grateful for the things she's done and how much she sacrificed to get him through and where he is and where he was, that didn't matter to him. He started dating his secretary, and then to add insult to injury, he married her. And he did not have any type of sympathy for Betty. He left her on the wayside, wanted to take full custody of the kids. The girlfriend would send her things through the mail in regards to face cream to make her look younger. So it kind of was a back and forth situation that made her go off the deep end. So that itself is two different stories and two different women. Now, however, I think Miss Lieonya, if you ask me, and excuse my fan, by the way, I cannot cut my air on. You will not hear me, but I refuse to turn my fan off because I just don't want to be hot. So I hope you can hear me. Now, Miss Lieonya is more so of the Amber Heard situation. I watched that trial. And you can go online and you can look it up. Johnny Depp was a successful man. He starred in so many movies. He did so many great positive things. He was well known. Amber was young. She was breaking into the acting scene. By her dating him, which was a top actor, it allowed her to go through doors that and have opportunities that she never would have had just being plain Amber. No one really knew who she was until she was on the arm of him. And not to mention, she was an attractive girl and she was younger than him. So it kind of added to his swag a little bit. Now, Amber had mood swings. Amber allegedly indulged in alcohol occasionally, as well as a couple of other different substances. She was verbally abusive, allegedly, to her sister, as well as other people that she associated with. Not to mention, behind closed doors, her husband. And she would have these mood swings on and off, and she would do these erratic things to him. He would get into it with her, an argument, disagreement. She threw something, and it severed his hand, where he immediately had to have surgery in order to get it saved. Not to mention, he was away from the home, and the security alerted him to let him know there was dog species in the bed. Well, they were human, actually. And she claimed that it was the dog, and it was a small dog. And you could tell it was the humans by the size of it. I don't even feel right talking about this, but I'm trying to get you in the mind frame of the two that connect, the two dots between these two women that are so similar to one another. The only difference that these two women have is their race. But other than that, everything seems the same. The psychiatrist diagnosed her, which we say Miss Lieonya did not get diagnosed lately. We've heard allegedly in her background that she was supposed to be bipolar. She stopped taking the medicine when she was younger. However, now we see those signs that are so obvious what's going on and who she is and this erratic behavior that she does to her husband. Okay? Amber Heard, while she was married and they were separated, but they were still married, in their home that they shared together, on the security camera, it showed that she brought a man into their home, one of their penthouses. And the same thing as Miss Lieonya with Mr. Ed, as well as the arguing all the time on and off in the controlling ways. She even recorded him putting the alcohol next to this man while he was passed out, and then recording it like he just was some type of drunk and this was something he occasionally did. By her putting out all these accusations, and when it was Awareness Month for domestic violence for women, she said, she started a Me Too movement with this situation between these two. And what she did was, it was so crazy to the point of where Amber put makeup on her face, you guys. She had the news come out of where she was at court. I don't know if it was him or her, to be exact, who filed for divorce. I'm sure it was him, but she's supposed to have allegedly pressed charges. She was putting her face towards the camera, acting as though she was looking around so they could look at her face and they could see that she had these marks on her face that she wanted to claim that her husband allegedly did to her. Okay? Not to mention, she would jump on her sister. You could tell the sister looked at, I don't want to say less than her, but not like it was her sister. They were close and she looked out for her. The same thing as Miss Lionia's crew, as well as her sister. Everybody in Amber Heard life, and she's a millionaire, okay? Everybody looks beneath her, and that's the way she wants to keep them. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm talking about the people she hangs around on a regular basis. I'm not talking about people that call themselves sticking up for her, that's making these videos, putting out this fake content. No, I am talking about her crew. You have a crew, okay? You're on. If anything, if you genuinely like me and I see how you're making money and you see I have a talent. No, you don't have to. But if I'm a true friend like that, I'm going to invest something towards you so you can have your own money. I want to see all my people around me win and come up. It's enough money and success out here for everyone. So why keep your friends and your family under you? You know why? So they always can need you. So they always can do your dirty work when you want it done because they need a favor from you. You know exactly what you're doing. And that's exactly what Amber did to her sister. Her sister didn't look like her. Was she the big sister or little sister? But she did not look like her sister was a millionaire. She looked at like she was just a regular plain Jane. And they were supposed to be close. Her sister testified in court for her. Now, mind you this, Amber Heard claimed that her alimony that she was supposed to receive from Johnny, she was going to donate that to the charity. $5 million, you guys. She never donated not $1 million. So think about this. Why would you, if you have a sister who you're close to and other people you're connected to, donate $5 million to a charity? It's okay to donate to a charity. But when you at least invest that into one of your family members that you're close to, I mean, people don't speak up about it. But when your heart skip a beat, if your own sibling that you're testifying for in court swore under oath that she was going to give $5 million, just give it away to charity when you're struggling a 9-to-5 to make ends meet. But you could possibly go to jail for lying for her and saying all these accusations claiming to be true when you know they're false. She risked that for someone who did not look back twice to help her. Someone who allowed her to engage and go to parties and participate in the rich lifestyle when she chose to. But when she wanted to turn it off, it was off. She always treated her sister as though she was less than. Even Johnny testified against that. Just like Lieonya, when she put those accusations out there against her sister's husband. And then she turned around to only need her, to only pretend as though everything was okay. She's on and off wish-washy with all her friends until they completely just walk away and say, I've had enough. Now, Lieonya, same as Amber, continue with the accusations. Continue dating this guy, just like Amber continued to try to date several guys. She ruined Johnny's career so much to where he didn't have a choice but to put her in court. He met her at a hotel room, just like Lieonya and Mr. Latruth met at the hotel room when she wanted to be sexual with him, and she came in her pajamas, in her lingerie, but he did not want to be that way with her anymore. He was turned off. He was over it. So he denied her. And by him denying her, that hurt her self-esteem. That hurt her thinking she had an advantage over him. Just like Amber Heard. You guys, please watch this case. It's going to blow your mind. It's on YouTube. You can watch bits and pieces of it if you've not already heard or seen it. Now, Amber met him at a hotel room. He told her she needs to put out a statement. Tell the truth. And she said no. And he said, look in my eyes. These are the last time I will ever allow you to see my eyes. And that man kept his word. When he was in the courtroom, when she was testifying, he had shades on. He didn't even look up at her. He was so turned off. He was so sick to his stomach. Just imagine how many different emotions this man had. She was verbally and physically abusing this man. And she knew that he wasn't going to put his hands on her. He loved her too much. Just like Mr. Latruth. He loved her. She was young, youthful, beautiful. She told him everything in the beginning he wanted to hear. She poured herself into him, just like Lieonya. She knew he was the one that had the shine, and she had to convince him that all that didn't matter. It was about him. She truly, genuinely loved him for him. The same situation, different race. Now, once she wheeled him in, probably just like Miss Lieonya, sexually, physically, all the above. Then that's when she flips the switch. When she starts to get acting roles. When he talks to people he knows. That allows her to be in certain movies that she would have never been able to be in had her name not been attached to his as his wife. Same as Lieonya. We would not know her on Facebook. She would not have gotten the deal she's gotten. She would not have had the millions of followers she has had it not been for Mr. Latruth. She could not have done it by herself. Even when she tried to tag We Are the Culture, they didn't even respond to her. That page was made in, 2020, 2021? When it started jumping off, and her and Mr. Latruth started this in 2018, 19? So make it make sense. You even said on an interview, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be where you are. And now we want to all of a sudden say he had nothing to do with your success. You would even be half believable if you gave him that much. But you can't give him anything because you despise him so much. Same thing with Amber. She sat in court. She storied on the stand, lied, and she looked so fake you can see right through her. And that lawyer ate her up. Everything she said, she couldn't explain it. Every lie she did, the tapes that she had recording him, he started wisening up and he started recording her as well. So he had more audio than her to back up he was the abuse. He was the one that was the victim. He was the one being abused. She was the abuser. She told him, yeah, right. Do you think they're really going to believe me, 100-something size woman, is beating on you? And she laughed jokingly about that. Now imagine how his self-esteem felt. How manipulated she was with that conversation. And how low he must have felt. His wife making a joke about something he's going through. As though they won't believe you. Sure, go tell. I'm laughing at you. They're going to laugh at you. You are not a victim. Take it. You're a man. And that's why I'm so passionate about this story. because I feel as though whether it's a woman or a man, no one should ever be put in a situation where they have to continue to be verbally and physically abused behind the scenes. And then when you speak out publicly about it, they have people that instantly lash onto you, target you, defame your character, attack every part about you, everything about you. Your skin, your lips, the way you bite, the way you walk, the way you talk. Even your career, even your skits, even the things that you have done to make money. Not to mention help this person be where they are today. And that still wasn't good enough. Same thing with Amber, the same thing with Lieonya. Amber did not apologize. Amber did not take those accusations back. This man lost so many deals, so many movies that he was supposed to be in, he was dropped. All because of these false accusations that followed him. He lost millions because of that. Now, I'm not going to sit up and say, oh, Mr. Latruth lost millions. I don't know what that man lost. I'm not in his pocket, but I dang on sure know he lost a lot of followers, and that means a lot of money. That shouldn't have been lost based off of a false accusation. So make that make sense. Now, he went through courts. It wasn't about getting money from her. It wasn't about humiliating her. It was about the principle. It was about clearing himself. When she just threw those accusations out, she had people believing that. She had people looking down on him that once was his friends. She tarnished this man's reputation, not to mention his whole career. He had to walk around for years with a dark cloud hovering over him because of the accusations that his wife said. She's a sociopath, bipolar, all the above, allegedly. She went on with her life. She had a child by someone. She's dated several people after this. She moved on. But this man, being the person that he was, it wasn't that easy for him to move on. It wasn't that easy for him to go get a part in a movie like it normally was. Because everyone had turned him down based off of this Me Too movement. Now, we have the Latruth and Lieonya version. Same thing with him. Every time this man does a skit, every time this man does anything. Now, Mr. Ed and Lieonya have been on so many dates, several dates. And now we have the Beehive, the group that she's been promoting lately, telling everyone to go like their page, posted Mr. Latruth's picture and said all of a sudden he wants to post an old video, which he had the same twist on that he's been having on lately. So I don't know how that's an old video. But anyhow, now they're saying he only put that video out of him being on a date because Lieonya, who's been on a date with Mr. Ed for the past 6 months, every day, all day, with the same pleather pants in the summertime wearing, like, make it make sense. And I know I crack these jokes and say these things. It's just to lighten the situation up a little bit because sometimes it could get too serious. You know, but I guess when she went school clothes shopping for the kids, she forgot to take her oldest child because he's been rocking the same pants for the past 4 months with those chains. You can't make this stuff up. Now, fast forward back to what I was saying. Anyhow, so she says her husband wants to put out an old video because I'm not silly. We all not. We know whatever these groups put out, they don't do it on their own. She's glued to her phone daily. She has several phones. So she's giving them stuff, cropping stuff, looking on his page, stalking. She has her people stalking that she trusts, but they approve it from her first. I guarantee you that. Whatever they post, it is signed, sealed, delivered by Lieonya before it's posted. And they just now, all of a sudden, they're just reaching and grabbing for stuff. All their stuff and their facts not even right. Now, all of a sudden, he put this wig back on just so happily looking the same as the way he was, what you say, years ago? Come on. Wasn't he bigger years ago? Some of the stuff you guys say, it doesn't make sense. You need to think before you post it. Now, with that being said, just like Amber Heard, Lieonya, you will have your day. He will have his day. He gets justice. And it will be in court. And you would think that your pride wouldn't be so big to where you wouldn't let go of this whole situation and try to flip it into something positive. You could have pushed the family movement. You could have focused more on that time and attention with your kids, doing something great for them so they can be a part of this with you, this change that you didn't take time out to think how it probably made them feel. The second that you broke up from, the second that their stepdad, who they've known of 6 years, who've been in the house with them all the time, is no longer there. You didn't give them enough time to process the new adjustment without you jumping straight into a relationship and moving this man into your home allegedly. Your kids did not get a chance to have you to themselves. They didn't get a chance to have that bonding experience with you. And by that, I don't mean you just taking your 2 daughters to the nail salon where your oldest daughter looks up at you and she looks excited when you call their names. But yet, you only mention your youngest daughter and she immediately turns away. And everyone's looking at that on your page and saying, oh, that's so cute. That's a beautiful moment. And what I saw was someone that was looking for their mom to finally validate them, to finally call both of them. But instead, she called the youngest daughter for the attention, to get the viewers to like it, to get Mr. Latruth in his feelings, to show people that she's being a mother, when in reality, I saw the complete opposite. I saw your oldest daughter immediately put her head down because she knew, once again, it wasn't about her. Once again, it was about the youngest daughter. And she had nothing to do with it. This whole scene, this whole spa day, this whole situation right now didn't really involve her. She just was there with you two in that moment. But she wasn't a part of it. That's what we saw. Like I stated, you will have your day in court. Your warning should have been when you went to jail for those 2 hours. Instead of you thinking like an adult and using your brain to realize that this is more serious than what you think. Instead of you leaking out the text messages that your husband texts you privately, giving you a warning. Not a threat, but a warning for you not only to let this go, tell your people to stop putting out videos, stop clipping audios, as well as videos to make it look as though it's in your favor. To let all this go. He helped you with this platform. He told you you would get more promotion, more positivity feedback when you base it off of your family, your kids. But instead, you chose to flip it in a negative way. You chose to use your platform to bash him. And he's going to have to take further action. And he also wished you well. That's what a real man does. That was classy. And what did you do? You leaked it. Typical Lieonya. Just like we expected. I don't know what it's going to take for you to grow up. But it's unfortunate that you're a mother of 4. And you didn't get it right the first or the second time. And people can say what they want to say about any of us. They can say and claim that we're being a bully. But at the end of the day, the difference between us and them is we are not the same. We're not bullying. We're stating facts. We're being honest. And most importantly, the things that we speak on. They're facts and they're truth. You doing right by your kids. That's not bullying. That's a given. That's what mothers do. But instead of them telling you to step your game up, telling you to favor towards all your kids, what do? They come for us. They come for our family. They come for our allegedly parenting skills. They want us to release receipts and blah, blah, blah. When they've been all over everybody's Facebook, they know how we rock. So it's not even what's understood doesn't have to be explained. But you're the one that's an influencer. You're the one that's taking the time and the energy to antagonize your husband and go get his daughter and pretend as though you care pretend as though you're trying to be a mother to her. But we all know if you're not a mother to your 4 kids, why would you be a mother to an extra kid or pretend to be? We know the reasoning behind that. I am Ashley D. Please leave your opinion down below what you think. I will speak to each and every one of you soon. I wish you all a great week to start tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye for now.